Welcome to another episode of Jay's Learning School, where I have the opportunity to help you to understand and speak better English. As always, I am excited about today's lesson. And in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you about asking for permission. Now, before we get into the lesson, make sure if you want subtitles to hit the CC button because subtitles are available. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure that you subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you can be notified not only about the live stream, but also so you can get notifications of the videos that I release throughout the week to help you on your English learning journey. So let's get into it. Asking permission is something that we will all have to do at one point or another. It does not matter if you are young, if you are an adult, a professional, whatever your walk of life is, sooner or later, you're going to have to ask for permission. So when we talk about asking for permission, it has to do with making a request for approval. Is it okay that I do something? Can I do something? I want to make sure I just don't do this without your approval. It's also a request for consent. You don't want to just be bossy or just try to run someone's life or bully someone. So when I ask for permission, I am requesting for consent to do something. And a slang term or another way to request approval or consent is to get the go-ahead. So when you get the go-ahead, you basically are asking for permission. Is it okay that I do this, that, or the other? So let's look at about 5 or 6 words and phrases that you can use to ask for permission. And I'm also going to provide some sentences that you can use to practice asking for permission in English. So let's get ready. I almost forgot. If you have a question about this lesson or any other lesson that I have on the channel, there is a link down in the description that you can use, and you can send me a question and I can answer it while we are on the live, or I will answer it at another time. So the first way to ask for permission is to use the word can. Can. So you want to start your sentence, You want to start your sentence or your question with the word can. Let's look at a few examples. So you might say, can I open the window? So of course you may need some air in the room, like where I am now. It's a little warm in here. It's a little stuffy. And if someone were here with me, wouldn't know if they were cold natured or if they had a reason that the window was closed. So I would ask them, can I open the window? It could be in a car. Can I roll the window down? Okay. You want to get permission before you just do something. Someone may have a cold. Someone may be sick. So you're asking for permission. Can I open the window? Another example sentence, can I turn the channel? So if you're like me, you like to use or hold the remote to the television. And I usually ask my wife, can I have the remote? Because I'm the one, for some reason, I have to have the remote in my hand. When my wife comes in the room, or if she's already watching TV and I come in the room, she just hands me the remote, because it will be just a few moments before I ask her, can I turn the channel? I do not want to watch this. I want to watch something else. Can I turn the channel? Or another example you can use to ask for permission using the word can is, can I borrow your car? So if someone doesn't have transportation and you trust them and they have a good driving record, they may ask you, can I borrow your car? Or you may not be able to drive. It may be a bicycle. Can I borrow your bike? Or it may be another type of item. Can I borrow something that you own, this, that, or the other? I'm trying to think of something. Can I borrow your computer? Can I borrow your phone? Okay. I can't read this small handwriting. Can I borrow your glasses? So you just wouldn't want to take my glasses off my face or just go and take my car keys and leave the house. You would want to ask for permission. And so using the word can is a great way to do that. Now, another word that you can use or a phrase that you can use to ask for permission is to say, is it okay? Is it okay? Or is it okay? Let's look at a couple of examples. Is it okay if I have a sip? Okay, I'm asking for permission to drink from your cup. Is it okay if I wear this shirt? Is it okay if I have a glass of water? Is it okay? Another sentence that you could use, is it okay if I sit here? And some people may say, sure, it's a free country. You can sit where you want. But you're asking for permission because someone else may be sitting there and they just went somewhere else. So practice saying, is it okay? Can I leave now? Is it okay if I leave now? Is it okay if I can use your phone? Is it okay? Now, before cell phones became popular, back when I was younger, we didn't have cell phones. And if someone asked for permission to use your phone, of course, it was usually a house phone or what we call a landline. We would have to ask them before we gave them permission to use the phone. We would say, is it a long distance call? Because we didn't want any more charges on our phone that we had to pay for. And sometimes we would go over other people's houses to make long distance phone calls. Okay. And then they came out with 1-800 numbers. Some of you may be a little young and you don't know what that is, but a 800 number was a toll-free number. Now you see 866 or 888. But if someone asked for permission to use your phone back in the day, you would say, are you making a long distance phone call? So can and is it okay are two ways that you can ask for permission. Another way to ask for permission, and this is somewhat of a formal way, because if you use this phrase, it's going to get someone's attention. So you might say, do you mind? Do you mind is a phrase or a sentence that you can use to ask for permission. So here are some examples. Do you mind if I lay here? Okay. Do you mind? Some people don't want you to lay on their sofa or to lay on their bed. And so you have to ask for permission. Do you mind if I lay here? Is it okay if I sleep here? Can I sleep here? All synonymous ways of asking for permission. Another sentence, do you mind if I smoke? Now, if you smoke, it's always courteous to ask for permission. Some people don't want you to smoke in their home. Some people don't want you to smoke in their car. Some people don't want you to smoke around them. Okay. It could be for health reasons. It could be because they don't want to get the smell of smoke in their clothes. And so it's important, in my opinion, to ask for permission. Do you mind if I smoke? And if it were me, I would be like, yes, I mind. I mind because I do not like the smell of cigarette smoke. Now, I must be honest, you don't see people smoke pipes that much. But when I was younger, my father smoked a pipe. And even though I do not smoke, I don't know what it is, but it's something about the smell of the tobacco that used to come from a pipe. It had a pleasant smell, in my opinion. So another way to use the phrase do you mind is, do you mind if I can speak? So if you're in an argument with someone and you're upset and the other person is upset and you want to voice your opinion or your concern, you may have to stop the other person and say, do you mind if I can speak? Okay. Do you mind if I give you an answer? You keep talking. Do you mind? Now, if you were really angry, you might say, do you mind just shutting up? Do you mind? But that's a way to ask for permission. Can I say something, please? Is it okay if I speak? Now, in marriages that we argue, husbands and wife, we argue, and sometimes you just, is it okay? Can I say something? Do you mind? Can I say something? So that's just another way to ask for permission. So we have 4 ways now. Do you mind? Is it okay? And can. Well, that's 3. Let's go to number 4. May I? May I is another way to ask for permission. May I invite my mother? May I invite a friend? Okay. May I hold your hand? Uh-oh. May I hold your hand? May I kiss you? Okay. May I be of service? So that's a way of asking someone, can you help them? But you're asking for permission. You just don't want to start doing things. And so you ask a person, how can I be of service? Or may I be of service? You're giving me permission to direct you or give you instructions. So may I? May I invite? May I hold your hand? May I be of service? And in an informal setting, you may say, may I be out? I'm about to leave. Can I leave? I'm about to be out. Okay. All right, let's look at another way to ask for permission is by using the word could. Okay, could. Could I use your pencil? Could I use your pen? Okay, could. And these terms and words are all synonymous. It just depends on the conversation or the setting. Could I or could you come this way? Could you come this way, please? Okay. Could you come this way and direct your attention to the comment section? All right. Could you please hush? Oh boy. Could you please be quiet? Or could you please keep your voice down? So if you were in a library, that's what the librarian may say if you're too loud. Could you please keep your voice down? Okay. A parent may tell a child, can you please hush? I'm trying to think. Now, I don't think I included this on my next slide, but could you or would you is another word that you could use. So you can use the word would as well. Okay, let me go back. The same way you use could, you could use would. Okay, so would you please be quiet? Or you may ask for permission. Would you turn left when you get to this light and I can help us get there quicker? So you're asking for permission to go in a different direction. So you have could and then you have would. So all of these are ways that you can ask for permission. Can, is it okay? Do you mind? Could, and would. Okay. So I really hope you have enjoyed today's free English class. I'm going to wind it up here. I never want to try to make these videos longer than what they have to be. And so I usually try to keep them between 20 and 25 minutes. So it looks like we're going to get out of class a little early on today. So if you have learned something and you appreciate the video, I hope I have earned a like. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. And if you would like, follow me on social media. I also have a podcasts that you can listen to English lessons on the go. And I release about 3, sometimes 4 episodes a week to help you understand and speak better English. I want to thank you so much for watching today's live stream, and I hope you join me on Tuesday. That is my next scheduled live stream. I have live streams on Tuesday at 9:15 a.m. and Thursdays at 7:15 p.m. I hope to see you then. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend.